Hey guys, it's Kat and I am back today to do my buy series. This is a series where I go through the products that I purchased in the last month or two and I tell you what products I'm going to say bye to in order to make room for these new products. In theory, it should be like one in, one out, unless I'm buying something that I've used up entirely and I don't have anything else to declutter to make way for it. This check-in's not going to be exactly one for one, but I'm happy with the overall outcome, so that's all that really matters, right? So throughout July and August, which is what I'm sort of recapping at the moment, I feel like I've been a lot more spendy than I have been previously. So I'm from Melbourne in Australia. We've got a few more weeks of winter left. And I sort of feel like sometimes when you're sort of stuck at home and it's cold and you're sort of hibernating, I tend to get into like online shopping mode. Same thing happened last winter and the winter before, so I'm going to blame winter for this, but I did actually buy a lot more than I usually do. So this is a fairly substantial video and I'm only going to be talking about makeup. There has been a couple of skincare sort of items that I've bought, but they've all been sort of replacing basic things. Like I bought a hand wash and a body wash and, you know, like a face scrub that I didn't have any face scrubs. So those are really practical things that I don't really need to get rid of anything to justify the purchase because I use them every day and I was running low. So it is what it is. All right, so at the start of July or end of June, I went very crazy. This looks ridiculous. It makes me look crazy. I feel crazy. I'm trying not to buy too much. And look what I bloody bought in like early July. I did do a month sort of testing out e.l.f. products because I didn't actually use much e.l.f. products prior to that. And yeah, I bought, I think it was around 21 products. 3 of them I bought in store full price and 18 of them I bought online, buy one, get one free. So I only paid for 9 products. I got another 9 free. So yeah, there's a lot of products here. One I've even used up already. It was actually the primer. I did a few videos. I did a first impressions e.l.f. video, which I'll link down below. I did a foundation and concealer wear test and a primer test, which I hated the primer. And then I did a recap of things I liked and things I hated. Now, the primer I used already. It's going to be coming up in my next empties. I use it as a foot cream because that's how much I didn't like it. It deserved to be on my feet. But I do have like 20 odd. I'm picking up the wrong products as well. I've got some good products in here, MAC products that I'll talk about later. They're not part of this. Now, there were some awesome products in there. And again, if you've seen my recap, you'll understand there's some that I love and some that I absolutely hate. e.l.f. What is this? The Halo Glow Setting Powder. Lovely, lovely. I would repurchase that. But there are products here that I absolutely despise and I do not want to use. And I'm actually going to get rid of them because I don't... Look, these are the products that I'd have in my drawer for like a year and then I'd finally get around to decluttering them, being like, I don't use them. So why not just get rid of them before they even get there is my point now. Like I deal with so much good makeup that I don't need bad makeup distracting me. So the 2 things I hated the most was the mascara. This is the Big Mood mascara. It was a big bad mood. It's a really massive wand. It doesn't do anything and I don't need crappy mascaras in my life. So this is not even going to go into my makeup collection at all. And this No Budge retractable eyeliner from e.l.f. hideous. This is in the shade Coffee. It's a nice dark brown. I love dark brown liners. I love retractable ones that are fairly small. It can work on your waterline. This was so firm that it wouldn't deposit any product on your waterline. It would just scratch. And then on your top lash line, again, it would just scratch and it wasn't super pigmented and it definitely wasn't at all creamy. This reminds me of a brow pencil, like the consistency of a brow pencil. But I feel like for a brow pencil, this is sort of too dark for me. So I was using it a little bit as a brow pencil to see if I can make it work, but I thought I don't even want to bother doing that. So those aren't even going to be, I'm not even going to bother replacing them because I'm saying bye to them now. Another thing I'm going to get rid of is this sort of shimmery metallic liquid eyeshadow. It's in the shade Comet. I don't know the name, it doesn't have it on there, but I'll have it in the description box along with everything else I mentioned. I'm getting rid of this because it didn't do anything and I've got better ones in my collection, so why not just use those? So that one is not even going to go into my collection. And then the few that are on the chopping block and I was tempted to not keep, but I might try to pan. is the Bite Size eyeshadow palette in Cream and Sugar. I feel like I can pan this by using, like, not pan them all because I don't like all shades. The dark one's too dark, this one's too frosty. But these two shades, I feel like I can just use them every day really quickly and try to hit pan on them and use them up. So I might chuck that in my project pan just for the rest of the year and see how I go with that. And then, look, if I make progress, cool. If I don't, then at the end of the year, it's going. So that's sort of the plan for that one. And then these two No Budge shadow sticks. I've got Magnetic Pull, which is a dark, it's not dark, but it's a sort of mauvey purple color. It's definitely not dark, but it doesn't have any like shine to it. So it just looks like I've got sort of like really sunken eyes. It's not pleasant, but theoretically I could use this maybe as an eyeshadow base. I'm not sure. And then I've also got the shade Champagne Crystal, which is, whoa, it's just fallen out. I'm tempted to be like, that's good enough reason for me to get rid of it, but I know you can just plonk them back in. And yeah. Anyway, I like this color. It's a nice champagne color, but it's super sheer and it really doesn't show up on my eyelids much at all. They're quite firm. They're quite waxy and quite firm. So they're not creamy and they don't blend nicely on the eye. You have to keep rubbing them and it's like, yeah, it's like rubbing a hard crayon on your eye, which is not particularly pleasant. But again, these might be things that I'm just going to see how much use can I get out of them for the rest of the year. And then I will say bye to them. Let me know in the comments. Should I say bye to these now and actually use makeup that I actually enjoy for the rest of the year? Or should I just see how I go with them? Because I might find ways I like them. I don't know. Let me know because I'm unsure. These frustrate me. The rest of the products I can deal with. They weren't all sort of in the right shade. So I've got the CC cream, not in the right shade. I've got a powder foundation, definitely not in the right shade, but I'm wearing it a little bit on my chest today just to sort of, I was finding my face was looking a little bit more tanned and my chest was looking quite fair. So that's, yeah, it's too dark for me, but the texture seems nice. Like the formula seems fine. So I'll see if I can make it work throughout the year. Again, I love this Halo Glow. I like the two concealers. I particularly like this Flawless Brightening Concealer. It's a nice one. It's a good shade for me. The 16-hour Camo Concealer Matte Finish in Medium Peach. Way too light for me, but I'm sort of using it as a mixer with darker foundation. So I'm going to try to make these work and see how I go. But in the future, I might have a big e.l.f. declutter and just keep like 4 items that I really like. Also got a cream bronzer, cream blush, 2 eyebrow pencils. I actually bought a double of the Ultra Precise brow pencil, so I've actually got 2 of those when I'm panning at the moment. So I've got a few things here, 2 lip products, so I've got quite a lot, almost like a full face of products. Now before I do go through the products that I'm getting rid of to make room for those, I'm going to just carry on and tell you where my crazy brain went and other drugstore stuff I was buying. Semi-inspired by me discovering some nice things from e.l.f. and, you know, taking recommendations from people about brands I like that are more affordable. I saw a half price sale, I think it was half price or 40% off sale, Flower Beauty, and I wanted to try a few things. So I picked up a foundation. This is the Light Illusion Luminous Makeup Nude Skin Feel All Day Wear, whatever. It's in Ivory L2. It's actually a really good shade match for me. It looks quite light, but it's actually quite fairly sheer, so blended out actually looks really good. I don't know what I think about the foundation just yet. I have used it like a handful of times, maybe 10 times, but they're on days where I'm not actually monitoring how it's wearing, so I'll have to do like a wear test review of this down the track, but the shade match is very good. I would almost repurchase this on sale again because it was like 10 bucks or something. I would repurchase that just because it's a great winter shade match for me and it can be hard to find the right undertone and whatnot. So I picked up that. I also picked up an eyeshadow quad, and again, I've used this a handful of times. This is in the shade Petal Play. These are sort of like really shimmery topper shades. There was a more brown basic quad that I thought I could use that on a daily basis. But then I thought I've got so many shades like that and I was disappointed in the e.l.f. one. So I thought I'd go for one that's a little bit more, I don't know, iridescent sort of shades. I mainly use that light gold and this sort of bronzy shade up here. And I haven't really used the pink ones, but I'm going to have to do a review of this as well, like a semi-full face playing with Flower Beauty products. I also picked up this highlighter. It's a cream highlighter. This is really interesting. It's very, very, very sheer. It's not like a liquid highlighter that has a lot of pigment behind it. It's more like a balm. And I think in winter I can sort of get away with this. It looks really beautiful on the cheekbones. Like, I'm wearing highlighter today, but let's try to put a little bit more. It looks really pretty just as a bit of a sort of sheen that's not too sparkly, not too iridescent. It just gives a bit of, again, I'll have to demonstrate this when I'm not wearing highlighter, but it gives a nice sort of effect. I don't know if it's something I can sort of wear on my oily skin every day, but it is nice, and it's in the shade Stunner. Anyway, that was super cheap as well because they were all half price. Then I picked up this blush bomb, which is just like a liquid blush in the shade Nectar, which is a nice orange, and 2 pink lipsticks. One is Pink Orchid, which is just a typical bright sort of pink, and then one is more of a like red, I don't know, it's like a reddy pink. It's actually really, really pretty. I like these. I think the formula of the lipsticks are really nice, and again, I picked these up for like $5 or $6 and totally worth it if you want a cheap lipstick. So that's what I picked up off Flower Beauty, but because Chemist Warehouse were having 50% off, I also picked up this concealer, which I have not tried. It's the Maybelline Superstay Active Wear. It's supposed to wear up to 30 hours concealer, and it's in the shade 15. Now, I have not opened this. This is going to sit in a drawer for a while. The main reason I picked this up is because firstly it was half price, but also I love Maybelline concealers. They work on my skin so well. So I thought when I use up some concealers, this is going to be one that I want to try because I historically love Maybelline concealers. So anyway, so what we have there is a foundation, concealer, eyeshadow quad, blush, highlighter, 2 lipsticks. Is that it? Yeah. The last couple of things I want to talk about. Firstly, I want to talk about 2 lipsticks that I picked up recently. MAC were doing a lipstick day sort of thing where if you bought a lipstick online or in store, you got a free one, which I was interested in. And also if you spent over a certain amount, you got another free tinted balm, which is actually really beautiful. So I'm glad I got over that spending cap just to get that extra balm because it was sort of like buy one, get one free. And I wanted to test out this new formula. Now I am wearing one of these today. These are the Powder Kiss Velvet Blur Slim Sticks. They're supposed to be a more pigmented and more sort of like hydrating version of the Powder Kiss lipsticks, which I do really like. I got a bright shade called Hot Paprika, and I've got Over the Taupe, which is what I'm wearing today. I love this shade. I think it's beautiful. I do have wear tests coming up. I actually filmed it last week, but I feel like this might be quicker to edit, so this will probably be up first. So I do have a review of these coming up very soon. I really like them. I'm glad I bought them. They're lovely. And then the last 2 things is I've got 2 palettes. One I'm currently reviewing. This is like look number 4 or 5. Reviewing the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped palette. So it's the second palette version of the Born This Way. I don't remember what it's called, but I love that palette, and I thought if I love that palette so much, I kind of want to try this one. I bought it online. I never saw it in store. I've got criticisms of it. That's all I'm going to say, but a review is coming, so I did buy that. And then lastly, I bought this palette, which I have not even opened. I will try to review this soon. This is the Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette. Now, it's in the shade Light. Look, there's not even any fingerprints on it because I have not even opened it. So I mainly wanted to pick this up because the eyeshadows look gorgeous. There's 3 mattes that are really basic sort of everyday mattes that I'd use, and there's 2 really highly shimmery shades that I love. Everyday Sparkle. It's not a new thing, it's not a surprise, I talk about it all the time, but I thought this would be a nice sort of like every fortnight I pretty much go and spend a night at my parents' place, and this would be nice to just bring with me, have as my travel palette. And I've also got a couple of friends that were raving about this, saying it was beautiful, so I wanted to pick that up, but that is going to be reviewed soon. So yeah, I don't know what it's like. I'm hoping it's really good. And I also think, why am I keeping something like this that is not good when I have something beautiful like this that I can wear and enjoy every single day? So, you know, maybe that's more reason to get rid of these. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of these. Fuck it. I'm in a I don't give a shit mode, so they can go. Oh, and the last thing I want to talk about is Inglot Duraline. Now, this has been something that I lost. I love. I've been missing. It's a product that you use to rehydrate other sort of cream products. If you've got a mascara that's drying out, but you know, there's a lot of product in there. You can put a few drops, mix around, you can get it moving again. Same goes for pan products like brow pomades, gel eyeliners is what I mainly use it for. Things like Super Shock shadows from Colourpop, or like cream makeup. If they sort of start drying out, you put a few drops in this, work it in, and it comes back to life. So I love this product. I don't use it every day, obviously, but I sort of need it in my collection to make products work the way I want them to work. Anyway, I had to repurchase it because I had lost mine. It was a new bottle. I had lost it. There is something I'm planning on getting rid of to make room for this. It's actually going to be the Lit Cosmetics Daily Wear Glitter Base. I don't wear glitter daily. I don't wear glitter often. And when I do, I like using a glitter primer rather than this sort of wet fluid that you put on your skin and let it go tacky and then apply the glitter. So I'm going to get rid of this to make room for this. They're not the same product. They don't work the same. This doesn't hold glitter, but they take up the same room in my collection. So this one's going to go. A couple of products I'm getting rid of that were from my Project Pan, but I took them out because I just didn't like them enough. I couldn't make them work very well for me because of the shade in particular. The Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation I'm getting rid of, so that will take the place of one of the foundations I bought, which was I bought 2 and a powder foundation. I'm also getting rid of an M Cosmetics brow gel because again, the shade's not the best. It's sort of drying out, so that will take the place of one of the 3 brow pencils I bought. So those are going to take the place of a couple of items, but look, I bought probably, give or take, 25 items in the last 2 months, which is too much. Again, I'm not keeping them all because some of them were crap, so they're going. They're not even getting into my collection. But the saving grace this month, the saving grace, I've got a sister who you'd think if someone has a YouTube channel and they review makeup all the time, their sister is going to be so excited because they get like makeup all the time. My sister hasn't worn makeup in years and years and years and years and years. So I have no one to give all this makeup to that I don't want or that I think they might suit them better. She takes my nail polishes and some body products, and that's about it. Nothing else, no makeup. However, what happened was, which was awesome. I'm excited for this. She came to me a few weeks ago saying that she's got a bunch of stuff coming up. She's going on holidays, going to a few events, going to some stuff, and she needs some makeup. And I was like, fucking yes, finally. She's like, do you have anything? I'm like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I will have a photo on the screen. I took a photo not because I care what I give her. Like, she could take whatever she wants. I don't care. But it was purely for this video. I'm like, this is an opportunity where I can balance some stuff out, balance out my spending a little bit. It's not going to be one for one foundation for one foundation, but I am actually going to be getting rid of more than what I brought in, which is crazy. I gave her 2 perfumes, 2 brow products, 6 eyeliners, 2 powders, a foundation, a concealer, 7 brushes, 2 eyeshadow quads, 1 eyeshadow single, 3 eyeshadow palettes, 1 face and eye palette, which, look, they more than make up for me buying 2. Let's just put it out there. 2 mascaras, 1 highlighter, 1 blush bronzer duo, a blush, and 5 lip products, and a vault of Super Shock shadows. So again, not one for one, but I managed to get rid of, that's way more products than 25, right? So on my quick count, it's about 38 makeup and brush and perfume products. In addition, Super Shock Shadow Vault. So I've more than made room for this kind of stuff. Even though I'm not keeping it all, I feel like I'm in the clear this month. And the good thing about it is they've all gone to a place where hopefully she'll get use out of them and she'll enjoy it. They're not being decluttered or me cleaning them out and taking them to like a makeup recycling place because no one wants them. These are products that hopefully she'll enjoy. I tried to pick out colors that they'll suit her, and hopefully it will spark her enjoying makeup and I can get rid of more through her in the future. So yeah, this has been a weird one because I've bought a lot, but I've also managed to offload a lot to hopefully someone that will wear them a lot more than I have been. So yeah, good outcome overall. in my opinion. So this month has been a little bit jumbled and it's not quite exactly the premise that I was hoping to follow for this format, but I'll pick it back up for next time. So whenever I bring in a product, I need to sacrifice another one of the same type. All right, so that's done. It was messy. I'm glad it's done. I'm glad it's over with. I've got a MAC lipstick review coming up. I've got the Too Faced eyeshadow palette review coming up. I will do the Natasha Denona one in the next few weeks. And I'll also probably do a Flower Beauty. Get ready with me if you want to see that as well. So a lot of these you will see in action in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. I'll see you then. Bye.